careful what he asks for in the future.
Somebody got the message.
Yeah.
Fast Shafts Heat Race number 2 rolling out onto the racetrack, group number 1. First car to see the racing surface. Wichita Tank Racing, Army Contractors, Paulson Stussy Contraction number 20. Out of Happy, Texas, it's your current series points leader, Rodney Sanders. Rodney Sanders in car number 20, the 14W. Into turns 1 and 2, that's the Wagaman Brothers, C Machine Incorporated. Entry of Clayton Wagaman. Clayton Wagaman out of Ramsey, Minnesota. The 2C off of turn 2, that's the Wall of Construction, Kane Designs and Graphics, JDI Plumbing entry. Out of Concord, Minnesota, this is Dave Kane. Dave Kane in car 2C, the 18M. That's the Jacobson Farms, Trade Lake Mutual Pizza Planet entry. Out of Brandsburg, Wisconsin, of Mason McEvers. Mason McEvers in car 18M. The car Trenton mentioned, it's the Kiwi Brothers Trucking, Aluminum Cabinet Company. Uncle Dunbar's Auto Body entry of Jody Belfi. Jody Belfi in car number 11 out of Carlton, Minnesota. Wagaman. Wow, I don't know that I've ever seen this. Clayton Wagaman, Rodney Sanders, a dead tie by the transponders at the top of the board at a 17.092 second lap. I don't know that I've ever seen that. Top 6. So we'll see if he can make any movement in this one, as well as the 2C of Dave Kane, who was good last night. Off of turn number 4, Fast Shafts Heat Race number 2 is underway. Failed into turns 1 and 2. Minnesota racers lead the pack down the back straight. Whoa! Ryan Gerke had to check the brakes as Matt Lear came up the racetrack right in front of him and cut the nose off of the 26G. Off of turn number 4, Lear will lead lap number 1. Gerke under fire from the 49. Jake Tim really good last night. Picked up a win yesterday afternoon. Second place finish last night. He's trying to dig to the bottom part of the racetrack here in heat race number 2 on night 3. Off of turn 4, Lear will continue to lead. Gerke, though, has found some momentum on the top part of the racetrack. So he's now going to see if he can roll right around the outside of Lear. He'll get that done. Gerke to the lead on the back straightaway. Gerke's found something on the top part of the racetrack here this afternoon at the Ogilvie Raceway. Matt Lear back to second. Jake Tim still rolling in that third spot. Belfi back in 6. Hasn't managed to make any movement as of yet in car number 11. He's got Dave Kane behind him as well. Those two we were interested to keep an eye on. Back up front, 49. That's Jake Tim trying to get to the outside of Lear for the second spot. They're side by side into turns 1 and 2. That time by the flag stand, 4 in, 4 to go here in Fast Shafts Heat Race number 2. Tim has rolled by Lear down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. So now Sanders the next man up on the list as far as Carter trying to drive by the number 30. Lear looking to stop the bleeding here. Sanders has the top part of the racetrack though off of turn 2. Good run down to a car length. The gap between him and the 30. Lear still trying to see if he can get back to the inside of the 49 at Tim. Tim was better through turns 3 and 4. Pulls away. Sanders half a car length separating him and Lear into 1 and 2. Points leader once again way up top. Grabs the push off the top part of the racetrack. Lear comes up. Sanders nose to tail into turns 3 and 4. Lear dives to the bottom. Sanders again dials the top of the racetrack up. See what happens off of turn 4. Sanders has got it this time at the line with 1 lap to go. Sanders now to third, trying to bring Wagaman with him. Meanwhile, up front, Gerke, after momentarily losing the lead to the 30 of Lear, took it back on the top part of the racetrack. He'll hustle off of turn 4 to the win. Ryan Gerke, winner in Fast Shafts Heat Race number 2. Jake Tim finishes in the second slot. Rodney Sanders third. Fourth goes Clayton Wagaman. Matt Lear back to 5th. Off of turn number 4, Ogilvie Raceway. Here come the USMTS Modifieds. 2 by 2, the field snakes through the first set of corners. Tyler Wolf shot out of a cannon off the bottom of turn 2. He's looking for the lead early. Sobraski up top has Williamson following, but it is Wolf who leads lap number 1. Tyler Wolf has looked impressive all season long thus far. He's out in front. Sobraski trying to hook the chain to him and come in tow. Williamson still trying to work to the outside of Sobraski through turns 3 and 4. Gerke there as well off of turn 4. Wolf continues to pull away. Wolf impressive on the opening 2 laps. Battle for second still rages on. Behind him, cars 2 by 2 as everybody searches for position on the Ogilvie Raceway. Down into turns 3 and 4. Sabraski hustling along the bottom part of the racetrack. Left front tire up off of the surface. Williamson has now found his footing on the top side of the speedway. He'll take over second, that time by the line. Williamson now coming after the 4W of Wolf into turns 3 and 4. Up top, Wolf's got her tiptoed around the bottom. Wolf last time by. And it looks like timing the scoring not showing his proper time, so we'll get that fixed. Nevertheless, Tyler Wolf still continues to lead. Alex Williamson working the top part of the racetrack. Sabraski in third, Gerke fourth. Right now, your top 5, that's Rodney Sanders in car 20. Sanders dealing with a furious challenge for the 49 of Jake Timm. He's using the top part of the racetrack. Problems for the 0 of Jake Neal, slow on the front straightaway. That's going to bring the caution flag out. 11th here tonight, already into the top 10. Field bunches up off of turn 4. We come back to green. 5 in, 45 to go here on night number 3 of Mod Wars. And another good start for Wolf. He jumps out to 5 full car lengths now as Williamson had a good run down the back straightaway and closed whatever gap Wolf started to open up. Off of turn 4, Wolf still leads big at the line. Williamson giving chase. Sanders now to 4th, trying to deal with Sabraski at the top of the racetrack. Samuels will drive right by the 7 ace. Sabraski taking his time, trying to get his footing here as he's under fire once again from the 26 of Gerke, the 49 of Jake Timm. Sabraski in no man's land, gets double teamed. Wagner tried to come with him as well. Sabraski in panic mode, losing spots, trying to find the top of the racetrack. Wagner had to shut it down. Sabraski now up top. Looks like maybe he's stalled the bleeding for now. Results with him back in the 6th spot as Wagner all over the backside of the 7A. Landon Atkinson digging to the inside as well. A little further up in the pack. Sanders going to work on the 49 of Jake Timm. Sanders now on the bottom part of the racetrack. Timm up top. That's a reversal from where we saw Timm last night, most of the A feature. He was on the bottom part of the speedway, jumped to the top late, and it cost him. Through turns 1 and 2, Timm was on the bottom side of the speedway. Sanders content to follow. Gerke trailing those 3. Off of turn number 4, battle for the lead tightening up. Here comes Alex Williamson in the 15W. Williamson way up top of the racetrack. He has a good run off of turn 2, side by side with Wolf down the back straightaway. Wolf down to the bottom, Williamson up top, dragging the right rear quarter panel along the concrete. Off of turn number 4, Wolf going to lead. No, it's Williamson at the line. Alex Williamson by 46/100ths of a second. Now trying to hustle to the outside of Wolf. Wolf got a good run off the bottom of turn 2. He'll surge back out into the lead into 3 and 4. Wolf along the bottom, Williamson up top once again. Wolf found something along the bottom side of the speedway that last lap. He'll take the lead back and then some. Half a second that time by the line as Wolf continues to pull away now. Wolf has settled the battle for the lead for now. Sanders still trying to work to the inside of the 49 at Timm. Timm down to the bottom of the racetrack in 3 and 4 to protect there. So it's Timm 3rd, Sanders 4th, 5th. It's the 26 of Gerke. Caden Carter started in 9th. He's knocking on the door of the top 5. Looking to the inside of Gerke down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Further back, Mullins, Landon Atkinson, and Clayton Wagner all doing battle. Mullins working on the bottom side of the racetrack just behind the 7A of Sabraski. They'll rotate it back into turns 1 and 2. Sabraski has gone back to the bottom of the racetrack after trying the top earlier. We got problems in turns 3 and 4. Yellow again. Need a couple of spots knocking on the door of the top 5. So keep an eye on the 10C. Sabraski going to have to find his footing here. Is off of turn 4. We're back underway. Wolf, another fantastic start, another 4 car lengths down the back straightaway to get himself some breathing room on this opening lap after the restart. Off of turn 4, it's Wolf, your leader. Williamson holds on to 2nd, and Timm was right there, so Timm might have the bottom of the racetrack to his liking as he's trying to deal with the 15W of Williamson. 2 by 2, they all march down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Timm still circling around the bottom of the racetrack. Alex Williamson up top this time. Jake Tim at the line. He's in the second spot. Williamson back to third. Rodney Sanders fourth, still has Gerke to his outside. Gerke side by side with car 20 down the back straightaway. Caden Carter pestering both of them with the 7A. Shane Sobraski right there as well. Off of turn number 4, Sanders got a little loose. Gerke races right back around car number 20. So it's Gerke in fourth, Sanders back to fifth. Now Sanders will take that back down the back straightaway. Gerke dives hard to the bottom of the racetrack, just to the right side as Sanders slides up, grabs a moisture off the top of the speedway, but Sanders better. He'll hold on to fifth that time by. Alex Williamson hasn't given up on the top side of the racetrack, but he's watching the 49 disappear out in front of him. Getting a solid third is the 15W. Again, fourth is Sanders, fifth is the 26 of Gerke, Carter sixth. Sobraski and Mullins are doing battle. Mullins has rolled around the outside of the 7A. Sobraski coming back after him though. Good job off of turn 2 as he'll roll back out from the 0-2. Mullins dives to the bottom part of the racetrack, slides through the middle. Sobraski better off the bottom of turn 4, so Sobraski will hold on to battle for 7th for now. Mullins is 8th. Jason Hughes trying to influence that race as well. Behind them, Jim Chisholm trying to make some moves of his own. He's to the inside of the 06 of Nelson. Those two got together at the bottom of turn 3 and 4. Sideways was the 06 of Nelson. Chisholm races by, not without some right side sheet metal damage though. Nelson gets back into him, tries to deliver a message, and unfortunately goes around on his own. Yellow flag is waving. Tyler Wolf can get another starter. Tim or Williamson has anything for him off of turn 4. Rear A main is backing away. Oh, Wolf got tight in the center part of the corner. Tim going to try to hang on to him. Williamson's got a good head of steam as well down the back straightaway. Williamson up top as he has been all race, trying to come after your leader. Tim right there tugging on the left rear quarter panel. Side by side for a second. 2 car links back to the 4W, back into turns 1 and 2. Williamson tight on the top part of the racetrack, had to wait on the race car. That allows Tim to hustle by into the second spot. Williamson back to third, Sanders fourth, Carter fifth. Tanner Mullins hang on to it at the entry point of turns 3 and 4. Dave Kane with a problem as well. Kane slow at the top of the racetrack. He's still rolling it with a right. Something's broke in the steering of that race car, and yellow flag going to come out as Kane having trouble steering the car off of the racetrack forward so far tonight. Off at turn number 4, your real racing, your summer racing equipment USMTS modified A main is back to green. Jake Tim able to hang with the 4W well until the exit of turn 2. Then it seemed like Tyler Wolf hit the turbo button, took off by 4 car lengths. Tim now an odd line through the middle part of the racetrack. He hadn't tried that yet. Williamson still good on top. Here comes Rodney Sanders as well. Williamson right through the middle part of turn 1, slides up, catches the moisture at the top side of turn 2, surges ahead of 49. So Williamson, he'll take back over in that war for the second spot. Tim again to the bottom of the speedway in turns 3 and 4. Sanders right there in tow. Here comes Caden Carter, Gerke, and Sobraski still side by side just outside of the top 5. Just trying to figure out a way by the 26G. He's there riding on the coattails of that race car through turns of 3 and 4. Hughes outside of that battle has the 14W of Wagman to his outside. Wagman way up the banking, as is Sobraski. Williamson still up the banking as well. Everybody else just about lined out around the bottom of the racetrack. A few cars up top, shot. Watching cars all over the place at home on RacingDirt.com. Taking a look at Will Krupp racing with Tom Berry Jr. as well as the 75 of Terry Phillips. Phillips hustles underneath the 11X of Berry Jr. Krupp looked like he was slow off of turn 2 after an excellent middle part of the corner. Now Krupp with problems, it looks like, as he's slow once again. Tom Berry Jr. trying to hustle back to the outside. Krupp maybe just the handling not like he wants it on the K9. Meanwhile, back field. Tyler Wolf working his back to turn 2, 1.7 seconds out in front of Jake Tim. Tim back into the second spot, Williamson in third. He's going to see a challenge from the 20 of Rodney Sanders. Those two work their way off of turn 4. Sanders underneath the 15W. He'll take over third at the line, back into turns 1 and 2. Sanders creeping around the bottom of the racetrack. The top might not be where it's at for the 15W of Williamson. Wonder what he's going to give up the top side of the speedway. Thus far hasn't decided to do that. It's cost him a couple of spots here as he's back into the 4 spot. Zabrowski back into the top 5 as he's gotten by the 6 of Ryan Gerke. Gerke now has seen a challenge from Jim Chisholm, and it wasn't much of one as Chisholm rolled right by the outside of the 26G. Now trying to come after Zabrowski in the 7A. That's a 3-car tussle down the back straightaway to turn 3 and 4. Zabrowski at the bottom. Chisholm, a unique line, dives to the middle part of the racetrack, slides up in the exit, but seems to keep forward momentum as he's sliding through the corner. So Chisholm now into the top 5 looking for more. Wolf still all by himself down the straightaway into turns 3 and 4. 1.8 seconds last time by. We'll check it here. He crosses the line. Now comes Tim, 1.67. So Jake Tim is closing as Wolf starting to see traffic about half a straightaway in front of him. Will be in traffic here shortly as the laps wind down. 15 laps to go here tonight at the Ogilvie Raceway. Jake Tim way up the bank. He's now making the top side of the speedway work. We'll check on Alex Williamson, who had been running it. Well, he's let the 24C of Chisholm by, so Chisholm once again has a hot rod here tonight, but it might be a little too late without another restart opportunity. Williamson now back into the 5th spot. Zabrowski right there to the inside. Williamson looks like his car is going away as he nearly got into the fence in 3 and 4. Zabrowski rolls by. Right rear damage for the 15W as he's going to see another challenge shortly for the 26 of Gerke. Those 3 nestle down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Problems for Will Krupp as he'll pull it into the infield. The spoiler knocked completely off of that thing. So the K9's evening is done as Tyler Wolf now sees traffic. Now going to have a challenge from Jake Tim. Tim along the top side of the speedway. Wolf on the bottom. 11 laps to go. That time by the line with a 0.6 seconds lead for the 4W. Tyler Wolf has no idea Jake Tim is coming, and he's there. Down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. Tim once again will dial up the top part of the racetrack. Right up against the cushion at the exit of turn 4. He's got a full head of steam into turns 1 and 2. Wolf back to the bottom. He's going to see the 49 this time. Off at turn number 2. Tim doesn't have enough time to get there. Stays 2 car lengths within reach of Wolf back down into turns 3 and 4. Wolf, a car lane off to the bottom of the racetrack. Tim, good momentum. It looks like maybe Tim playing the patience game. You wonder as quickly as you caught him, is Tim checking up to prevent playing his hand too soon? Into turns 3 and 4. Tim again, a car length behind the 4W at the entry point of the corner. Wolf off the bottom of the speedway, still a car length out in front. Either Tim's car has gone away or he's playing the patience game. He sees lap traffic there. Well, he's going to check it up once again down the back straightaway. This time, now he'll search side by side. He's going to pull the trigger off at turn number 4. Here comes the 49. Wolf will slide out. They nearly make contact but give each other room. Down into turns 1 and 2. Wolf knows he's there now. Through the middle part of the racetrack. He gives the 49 room to race. Problems for the 24C at Chisholm. We've got a yellow flag. Top 10 field tightens up. Lights go down. 7 laps to settle it. $11,000 on the line. Off at turn 4. We're back to green. Jake Tim came down the hill. Sanders had to play the patience game to keep from getting into the back of the 49. Sanders rolls the top part of the racetrack. Now he's rolled by the 4W of Wolf. He'll dive back to the bottom of turns 3 and 4. Your series points leader looking for win number 3 on the year. Jake Tim up top. Sanders was good through the middle. A car length separate him back into 1 and 2. Sanders on the bottom of the speedway. Jake Tim came down to protect. Wolf still there. Knows to detail. They all march down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4 once again. Sanders through the middle part of the speedway yet again. Tim, too good though, as he pulls away at the top of turn 4. Is redemption the word of the hour after last night? Tim giving away a win late to the 24C at Chisholm, trying to pick up an $11,000 payday here. Top side of turn 4, Tim last time 5.7 the gap. This time it's a full second, so he's pulling away with just 4 laps to go here at the Ogilvie Raceway. Sanders into second. The 4W of Wolf runs third. Sabraski still fourth. Jason Hughes trying to work his way into the top 5. He's to the right side of the 26G of Gerke. Those two battling for 5th. That's the best battle on the racetrack right now between Gerke and Hughes off of turn number 2. Gerke has it by a car length down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Hughes a lane off the bottom, trying to work just to the right side of the 26G. Gerke has the preferred line on the bottom of the racetrack, though. He had a good run, actually. He's trying to come back after Sabraski into 1 and 2. Back up front, into turns 3 and 4 on the top side of the speedway. Jake Tim going to see a white flag. 1 lap to go for car 49. He'll hustle it off into turns 1 and 2, drives down to the bottom of the speedway. Same line as Sanders is running, 1.2 seconds back of the 49. Down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4 to 9 for the final time. He gave it up last night. He'll win it tonight. $11,000 goes to the 49 of J. Tim. Sanders finishes second, third is Wolf, fourth at the line with Sabraski.